Now we're recording. Now we are online. Okay. So links, layout, and mobile. Again, a lot of this is just, again, is doing more with links. Before we did a 2-column layout, now we're doing a 3-column layout is what's going on with that. And that's why I was showing you in the book. If you look at the book, it talks about that. Particularly with the 3-column layout, I can show you. We can go through this stuff. I mean, I know I'm going to have to just go through this with you guys because you guys are seeming that you're struggling a little bit with this. Let's do this. Let's go here. What's that? Okay. This is the other piece. We were doing the 2-column layouts before. So we were doing the 2-column layouts where you had the header, you had the navigation, which is your menu, and then you had the middle section, which is your main. That was it. That was 2 columns. So it was 1 column was your navigation, and the other one was that. Again, if I do this, why do I keep losing this? 2 columns, right? Here's my 2-column layout, which I lost my image for some reason. That's okay. So on the left side is 1 column. That's my navigation. And then the other side is my other column. Okay. Then if we change it to 3 column in this way, how are you getting all those things on your websites when you go to them, right? Google Ads, Google, all those types of things that come up, all the different sales things, that's a 3 column. That's all it is. It's the left side is your navigation, the middle area is all your content, and that right side is all those Google AdWords that you can potentially get paid for if you have a website. Does anybody do that? You can make like a couple cents. It's amazing. Yeah. So someone has to click on the ad, and then they have to buy the product that they potentially clicked on for you to make money. You could make money though. There are people that just create websites, and all they do is put a Google AdWords on the one side. They have dozens, hundreds of websites in hopes that they might get some revenue from that. And they make some money. They make some. Unless you make a video, you do something like this with a video, and then it goes viral, and then you have AdWords on there, and they're clicking on it because they find your video about kittens amazing, right? Kittens. Because anything about kittens is just, right? It's just amazing, isn't it? Yeah, right, exactly. I'm a dog person, so. So again, here you go. Here's an example here of this one. I've got the menu on the left side, I got the content, and on the right side, I've got, so it's your 3 column. That's it. That's the only difference. You got the 3 column layout. All right. So let's do this. I'll tell you what. All right. I'm going to start leaving up to you guys to do more in the book, and versus me sitting through the PowerPoints, because the PowerPoints are very exciting. And I think on your own, I think you'll just be entranced by them to a high level. I suggest that you load up on Mountain Dew and M&Ms. That will help you get through them much better. But you can go through this. Some things you just want to know about, I'm going to highlight really quick here. It's pretty obvious. I think you understand that. Mobile sites, small screen sizes, bandwidth, fonts, limited fonts, colors, things like that. So you want to keep it simple. You want to keep the user's experience as basic as possible and as simple as possible and make sure it works. What's the worst? Number one thing, website got to work, right? It needs to work. The links need to work. I click on something, it works. Images come up, right? All that works. If all these little things don't work, you don't look professional. If you're selling a product or service, you're like, hey, I want you to contact me because I do awesome web development, and then your own website is not working, I don't think you're going to get a lot of phone calls, okay? Even if you're a plumber or electrician or you do woodworking, whatever the case may be, you do artwork. If you don't have stuff that's not working, people have less of a tendency to maybe want to go with you because you don't seem to have your act together. It might not be your fault, but still, just a word of warning, okay? So these are the things you need to worry about. There's common stuff you need to worry about when you're doing mobile applications. Biggest thing we like to do is have these really cool images and colors and have music playing and all this stuff, or videos that start up automatically, which isn't always the best thing, right? Okay. So there are best practices. The W3C, I've talked about them before. They've got some best practices of what you should follow. I'm not going to quiz you on that. I'm not going to get you into the, but I want you to understand some of those things. Windows, when you do regular programming, there's always best practices involved of how you should do stuff. And again, they talked about navigation, how you should optimize navigation, what you should be doing, different ideas about using lists, heading elements, how you scroll. I don't want to have to scroll a lot. You ever get on your phone and you're looking at lists of stuff and you have to scroll and scroll and scroll through stuff? That's a pain in the butt, right? You get lost. I'll do stuff, my wife will say like, hey, go look for this, and I'll be searching, and it's a nightmare. She's like, why can't you just find it? I was like, it doesn't, things don't always work as well on the phone as they are on the computer. Am I wrong or am I right? Is that true? Have you found that? So sometimes it's just so much easier to go to my computer and do it than on my phone, right? And I tend to find it that way. Because you just can't do everything on the phone the same way. You just can't. The phone is not meant to be a substitute. It's meant to be a supplement. It's supposed to be, yeah, I mean, we use our phones all the time, although, you know, we're constantly using them. I use mine all the time. I'm somewhere, I'm just, hey, do this, or I forgot something. I have to quickly order something, or I'm hungry. I want to order something online. I want to order something from B-Dubs or Pizza Hut or something like that, right? It's really easy. Hey, just do it right now. Before you used to pick up the phone, you call them. Hey, I want to put an order in, all right? How many of you actually make calls anymore? Sometimes? Oh, okay. If you have a choice to send, to use a web application or a phone call, what would you choose? Okay, how many phone call? It may be. How many web application? Well, and that's a good point. You may be able to do certain things on a phone call that you can't do on a web, but at the same time, I hate talking to people. I'm very antisocial. I don't even like talking to you guys right now. This is driving me nuts. I don't want to be here. No, but I am. I mean, most geeks are very antisocial. They sit in class listening to headphones and and they're staring at their phones, right, Drake? He's just like he's not even listening to me. Um, that is the nature of it. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I say I always resemble that remarks. Okay. So here's some things to think about before we jump into doing stuff. Optimize the navigation. I'm trying to stay close to this because I'm recording it. Optimize your navigation for mobile use. And what does that mean? Minimal navigation. Make it simple. I'm on my phone. I want to do things quickly, right? I'm poking around. I just want to swipe, do a couple things, be quick, in and out kind of thing. I don't want to be in there forever. On my desktop is different, okay? Consistent navigation. When I go through my website, I don't want to have to go over here for this and over there for this. And that's why you see websites that are very similar. They have search at the top. They have the menus in the same way. They have a footer. We've been doing all this stuff. Why have we been doing it? Because that's best practice. That's consistent. Because people are used to that. If you do something very different, you're like, I'm going to be really cool and be different. Let me tell you a quick little story. Most people, when they do a resume, they send a resume to a company. They either email it or sometimes they'll print it out and they'll have it mailed the old snail mail way, which still happens all the time, but most of the time it's uploaded. But back in the days when you used to mail everything, you would mail a piece of paper that typically was just a white piece of paper, it may be parchment, a nice piece of paper, white, blank, whatever the case. It's sitting on a desk, right? In a recruiter's office with a pile of papers. And it may get lost. So some people were trying to be clever, says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my resume on red paper or yellow paper or something like that to make it stand out. Hey, look at this. What is this yellow piece of paper? Oh, this is Joe Schmo's resume. He's brilliant. He made me look at it, right? Well, that could be good or bad. If you're applying for a job for art or something like that, or something creative, graphics, it may work. Some people get annoyed with that. They're like, man, I can't read this. It's yellow. So you just gotta know your audience too. That's part of it. That's why I told you that long-winded story. Consistent navigation. Avoid hyperlinks that open files in your windows. Be careful about pop-ups. A lot of people do pop-ups. Hey, are you sure? Right. And sometimes it won't work out because if you set your scripts, set up your pop-ups, and you disable them, you'll never see it, right? I have most of my pop-ups disabled unless I specifically say, okay, you can pop up, because otherwise you get all over. It's annoying. And then try to balance the number of hyperlinks and number of levels. You don't want people to have to go too deep on pages to do too much, right? So keep it simple. Web application on your phone, you want to keep it really simple. Hey, I want to order food, right? Remember I was telling you like B-Dubs, they had the website and they had the mobile app. The website was a real pain in the butt and it wasn't working right. So I downloaded the mobile app. It was like night and day. It was so much better. It was easier. I got in, boom, boom, boom. I could do it. It was really quick. I don't like downloading apps, but it works really well. The website, on the other hand, was so-so. It wasn't optimized in the same way. They didn't play with that. Does that mean they couldn't optimize it? No, you could do it. There's HTML5. You can still optimize it and do that. It just depends. So you can have, so like most companies, like in this case with B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, they have both the mobile app that you can download, which most places have. So if you go to a website now on your phone, most of the time it has a little thing that comes at the top. It says, please download our app, right? And they can do it. Now, most of the time I don't want to do that because it's taking up space on my phone, and do I really use this app all the time? Now, the reason I did it was, again, I kept having issues with their website. I said, okay, I'll download the app. I'm going to try it because I like their food. I order from them pretty often. Let me try it. Although I haven't ordered from them for a long time. And it works significantly better because, again, they can do more with an app than you can with the website. So these are things that companies have to decide too. So if you're going to do a mobile app, that's different than HTML5. But you can take an HTML5 app and you can really optimize it the same way, but you can't do all the same stuff that you can in traditional mobile app. So I was telling you before, yes. What's that? Well, here we had the thing about a couple more things. Let me see here. Graphics we've talked about before. The big thing about graphics, again, just don't do big graphics. Your graphics are fine, but remember, you're on a small phone, you're on a small device, so you can't do a lot. You got to be careful what you do, and the size. You want to make it. So again, think about you use your phones all the time. You use devices like this all the time. Think in terms of what you like. What do you like about websites? You got to start analyzing it. This is where the analytical part. You're not just programmers or web developers. You're also you also do analysis. You're also analysts, is what we say. You analyze the situation. You analyze the application. Now, someone may just tell you this is what I want, no questions, and you just do it that way. But that doesn't mean you have to stop thinking. You're not code monkeys, okay? We all have to think. We all do stuff we think, okay? You're all very smart, and you figure out, well, why is it doing this way? And if you come up with a better way, you say, hey, listen, I know you want to do it this way, but what if we did something different? What if we had a different layout? We could fit more on here. It would work better. You know, hey, our web traffic is down. Why is our web traffic down? Why is no one using the app from because they can tell. You know, companies can tell when you use mobile devices versus a desktop versus a laptop. They can tell what operating system you're connecting to their sites with. They know all this stuff. They can track all this. How long you're on their website. How long you're doing stuff. How many times did you put something? I forgot if how often you put something in a shopping cart and leave it there. You guys ever go to a store, you go to Amazon or whatever, you put something in a cart and then you get distracted, you forget about it, you go away, or maybe you just don't know. You put it in your cart, you're like, yeah, I do that all the time. And I'll get emails on Menards does that to me all the time. I'll put something in a cart, I might buy it, and now Best Buy will do that. Right? Hey, you forgot this. Right. So you can make it's just right. I go to the Recplex in Pleasant Prairie a lot, and they have a thing where you swipe in. And if you don't swipe in after a certain number of time, they say, hey, welcome back. You haven't been here for a while. Well, I was getting those for a bit, and then I think people got annoyed with them because it reminded them that they weren't exercising or doing whatever. And so they stopped doing it. Because in the summer, I don't go there all the time. Maybe in the summer, I'd run outside, I'd do stuff outside. And then I wouldn't be there. All of a sudden, I would show up. It was like raining out, and I'd go there. And all of a sudden, I'd get an email saying, hey, welcome back. Glad you're coming back, blah, blah, blah. And I was getting annoyed by that. Leave me alone. Right. I mean, you're right. And there's ways, and you can unsubscribe and say, leave me alone. And I'm sure that's what happens. I think stop. Exactly. So you want to give people the opportunity to do that stuff. You want to give them control. When you don't give them control to stop or whatever, or you're going to lose business. Exactly. Or hey, please give us your email, but you know what? We promise we do not share your email. So if I asked you all as my company, I says, I want to please give me all your emails so I can give you information on our products. You don't have to do that, but if you do that, I say, please trust me with them. I will not share your email with anybody. That's a big deal, right? I use the best encryption. No one can hack my servers. I will secure your emails. I promise I won't use them to bother you with other solicitations. We all do. It's instead of phone calls, you know how easy it is to do robo emails? And now you guys get the phone calls with computer voice. Welcome. Please, are you interested? It's just the male voice or female voice, but you know it's computer talking, and it's like, click, click. Years ago, before it was, they had all the stuff. They had those devices that you could connect to your phone, because I know people like my mother-in-law. She has a real tough time of saying no to someone and hanging up on them. I have no trouble with that. I'm like, nope, not interested. I'll just talk right over them and just hang up. Some people can't do that. They have a tough time doing that. So they have it where you push a button and it would say all the stuff for you. It's a computer thing, and then you can just hang up. It just depends. My mother-in-law will still talk and talk and talk, and we'll be on the phone for like 10 minutes. And if I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I mean, it's like, I knew someone, or they do is they take the phone, they'd be an insurance salesman, you'd be talking and talking. See, you don't need to listen to this stuff. Hang on a second. No, thank you. Right. Again, a lot of this is just you have to think in a different mindset with mobile versus your desktop. That's a lot of what this is for. That's why I'm kind of going to breeze through some of this, and then we're going to start working on stuff. Tags, CSS queries, flexible images, making sure the images. Here's this is important. Making sure the images when you have a desktop versus a tablet versus a mobile, making sure that the image looks okay. It doesn't become distorted. Okay, there's ways to do that. So you can play with the image and you can do like a auto height and the maximum width. You can play with simple stuff. And now I can take it and I can write once, write the code one time, and I can use it all over the place. And that's the idea. That's why people love HTML5, because I can do this. I can take it and I can run it all over the place. It's limited. What's that? It's not for you still. But you can do that same stuff there, okay? All right. So I'll tell you what. You're going to start off with this page, and we're going to make some modifications. And again, the book shows you on 341 what you're going to do. We're going to make some modifications, play with the CSS. Okay. Keeps doing that. Don't do that. Why does it do that? Why does it jump so far ahead? Filter. So it's going to look like this, okay? So this is the idea that when you have a mobile app, here's the idea. You're going to upload this to Apollo. You should be able to I should be able to go to any website right now with my phone or with your tablet, and you should see how it looks. It should look like this. Or if you're on your desktop and your laptop, it should look the other way. It should look like this, okay? You can test this. You can play with it, upload it to Apollo, and you can test it that way, all right? And that's how you do it, all right? Use the devices, all right? So let's do that. I'm going to give you the files here in Blackboard. So if you go to Blackboard, I don't think I enabled it. Hold on. Let me open it up. Let me enable it here. Yep, so Unit 7. If you go to Unit 7, they're there. I don't think they're enabled. I don't think you can see them. There you are. The starter files. I'm going to give you the starter files. Give me 1 second. Let me pause. I'll record this. Source control is a way that we would check code in when you have code. Like, so the files that you've been working on, that some of you are frustrated because sometimes you forget your thumb drives, things like that, you could always potentially retrieve that code off of a server. It's always out there, which is no different than a Google Drive. But you always have code out there. So if you download files, you're doing stuff, and you screw something up, or whatever, you can go and get the files, and you can start over, right? And it's in this what's called a repository. All right, so Unit 7. So I'm going to open up Unit 7, and we're going to see what this looks like. So here's Unit 7. My images are still off. So I got something messed up here. That is so rude. Okay, hang on a second. What did I do? Let me go check. Nope. Let me go check the index file. What's it referencing? Cancel. It's referencing. Oh, it's referencing image. That's the problem. And all my images are out. That's funny. Why is it doing that? Okay. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna take that away. Let's refresh that. There we go. Okay. So you might have to do that. Let me go menu. Music. Jobs isn't there, so that's okay. Okay. So Blackboard, you can download everything from Blackboard. Unit 7, because we're in Unit 7. This is Unit 7 that we're working on. And just above there, I put the files there for you to start. No, thank you. I always forget that. Okay, so this gives us the high-level view of this for 7. We're going to create a new folder. We did that. We're going to modify. It tells us what we're modifying: the home page, the menu page, the music page. Create desktop styles in the Java Jam CSS file. We're going to then modify the CSS file for the tablet, and then modify it for the smartphone. So we're going to make a whole bunch of adjustments. At the very end, it's the CSS that's going to make these modifications that we're going to do. Okay, and that's what we're going to do. And then so it gives the whole. And this is what we want to look like. Hopefully, so you do mobile. So if you pull up your page now on your phone, I should bring the adapter in so we can pull it up on the big screen. So you can go to your website right now on your phone if you want to. In fact, why don't you do that? Here, let's do this. So mine is just Unit 6, or Unit 7 rather. If you want to do Java Jam 7, whatever you call it, just remember what you called it. And you guys are getting really good at that. You're remembering this stuff. That's good. So Unit 7, there's my Unit 7. These are my files. I did have that one issue with the image that I fixed. So what do they want you to do? The one thing they say is copy the Java logo mobile GIF from the Chapter 7 starters folder in the student files. All right, we'd have to do that because I don't have that file. So what you'd have to do is download the file, that starter file, and those are here, the data files. Bless you. All right, so this is referring to right here, this Java logo mobile.gif is located in your student files. And where are your student files? Your student files are right here under practice. Okay, I'm going to download this right now really quick. I'm just going to open it up here. I'm going to extract it out. So I have it. Okay. Chapter 7. Chapter 7, student files. Hopefully it's there. Let's see, Chapter 7. What is it looking for? Java logo. I even forget what I'm looking for. Java logo mobile. Say that 5 times fast. Java logo mobile. Java logo mobile. Come on. Okay. Sorry. You know, it's a Monday. It's after Thanksgiving. Java. Oh, it's under starters. So Chapter 7 starters. I can't get this. Enter. Sometimes it doesn't click. Look at that. It's okay. There we go. Hey, don't do that. Okay. There we are. What are we looking for? Java logo mobile. Java logo. There it is. Java logo mobile. So take that, drag it, copy it over there. Don't move it. Copy it. Copy it to your Unit 7 or your Java Jam 7. Huh? What? Let's start recording again. All right. Yes, I'm becoming a little obnoxious, and I apologize for that. Nah. Okay. All right, let's do this. I'm going to make this a little smaller. Okay. Let's do this. All right. What did I do? Okay. Configure a viewport meta tag that configures the width to the device width. How do you do that? And you got to do that in the index page. So how do you do that? Does anybody know how to do that? Let's record this. 318. 318, that's a meta name. Why would you do that? Don't do that. All right. So hang on. So 318, where are we? You guys keep messing me up. We're gonna run out of time. Doggone it. It's all your faults. Okay. On page 318, there is a line for the tag. How do you do that? Okay. You do the meta tag. Okay. You put that in the index. Do you know where to put that? Does anybody know where to put that? This is the only thing we're gonna end up doing. Look at. You see the head area up here? If you look in the head area, there's a meta tag already. Look at that. Wow, right? So you can put another one in there. You can go there, go to the end and say name, not Bane. This is not Batman. Name is equal to, you want to do viewport, like that. Did I do that right? Okay. But then it also wants to do, now I don't know if we can cheat this way and do it that way, or we might just have to create a new one. So actually, I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to do it that way instead. Because we have a lot of stuff to add. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say meta, and I'm going to do viewport like that. And they want you to do, the book has content, devices, width, and initial scale, which I think is the same thing that they want you to do as the book. So basically, you're copying that line from the book on page 318. That's all you have to do. Okay? You're not even learning anything. You're just copying code. See? Are you understanding where I'm coming from? Are you understanding my avenue? Are you? Okay. I have no idea what I just said. So width equals device.width, dash width, comma, initial scale is equal to 1.0, like so. And then close it off. I will say nothing. So this is what I just did. Okay. See this? So we just added that right now. Yes, we did. It is crazy. See that? We are going to get through this. One way or another, we're going to get through this. Or at least, or I should say, some of you will get through this. Okay. Make sure you have them. Put them on your Google Drive. And we're recording.